Welcome to Impact, a conversation about Project Periwinkle's mission to advance stomach cancer research. We're your hosts. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Ben. All right, welcome back to episode 3. This week we have another special guest with us, internal guest from our board, Christine. Danielle, super excited to be back for a new episode.
Yes, me too. And I am excited to dig into another episode. So Christine, welcome to the podcast. I think it's been really fun to interview, other board members, and a lot of us on the board are all, kind of come from different walks of life, of knowing Ben. And so I don't think I actually know. How do you know Ben?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. I'm excited to do this. I met Ben way back in the fall of 2012, 2013. We went to college together.
Oh, you went to SLU too. I guess I forgot that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been around
St. Louis University for
day
anybody
one. Yeah, St. Louis University in Missouri. Go Billikens.
Yes, go Bills.
Just in like orientation, and he was a force, to say the least. And yeah, we kind of just became buddies and kept hanging out and made friends. And then a few years in, he came to me and was like, "Hey, I'm going to start this charity. You want to jump on the board?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll help in any way I can." So I've been in it to win it since. I've kind of wandered away from Missouri over the years, but I still get to participate, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is such a cool part about this organization is like it's doable from anywhere. Like I moved away from St. Louis and have been in Tennessee now, and you are in a very cool part of the world.
I'm in Juneau, Alaska most of the time, if not full time now. So I came up to Alaska about a year after we graduated from SLU, and I never left. I have done a plethora of things up here, mostly in the commercial fishing world. But now I am the head chef for the Alaska State Legislature. So I run the kitchen in the Capitol building here in Juneau in the winter, and in the summer, I still do fish things and bartend and just try to enjoy the mountains and the water as much as I can because it's awesome up here.
Yeah, it sounds like really relaxing. I'm really jealous right now, actually.
Y'all are more than welcome. The sun, it tricks people into it, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. But like I think that's such like just like referencing like you being in Alaska and like being so involved in Project Periwinkle, I think that's again just going back to like how cool that is for the organization that, we have people literally across the country and like different parts of the world through the ambassador program.
Right.
And that's all, people that are able to outreach with people within our own neighborhoods and communities that gets the word out there about Project Periwinkle and stomach cancer in general. So
yeah, I think it's great. It's been I know Ben has really focused on it over the years, even through college. That was a big deal at SLU, and so to be able to include all these people, I know I throw the time change quite a bit, but it's fun when I am home to come and see what's going on.
Yeah, totally.
Long time.
I know. I can't believe it. Are you going to make it to the gala next year?
I don't know. Next year's a far way off.
But, yes.
We'll see. It depends kind of what my schedule's like. So I'm hoping I'll be home this fall, but then maybe come back down south in February. So we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for those who are listening, we're having our 10-year anniversary gala in April of next year, which is what we're referencing. So I'm really excited about it. I'm planning on being there.
It's we're having it at the St. Louis Zoo, which I haven't really had an event there, been at an event there, but the venue is super cool. And a good opportunity to celebrate everything that we've done for the past decade. I think when, going back to what Christine said when I approached her originally to join the board, especially right when it was still an idea and we hadn't really
Yeah.
launched or really built anything up than just that small group of people that knew. I count on two hands how many people knew about it for about 9 months, and Christine was one of those first early ones. And I look back, I think more now than in those early days, and I see, okay, wow, we've grown. We have, as Danielle mentioned, a group across the country, international as well. We have one in South America, and as part of our organization, not on our board, but in our ambassador program, and looking to see how much money we've raised and the programs and the different things. And if you listened to last episode, episode 2, Dr. Ikoma from MD Anderson walked us through everything that we've done over the past 5 years with that cancer center and with his team, and it just goes to show everything that we've done. So definitely a lot of cool and important things that we've been a part of. So definitely excited to bring everybody together who's supported the organization over the past decade in April of 2025 for the most part a big party and recognition and celebratory moment to showcase everything that we've accomplished together. So this organization was obviously an idea, and we've brought it into something that is having real impactful change for others. And everybody from our donors to volunteers and our board has played a huge part in making all of that possible. So excited to bring everybody together in the spring.
Yeah.
So Christine, I'll flip a question over to you. In all the other episodes that we've had this season and last, our different guests and board members have talked about what they've been a part of, why they've joined the organization, and kind of what they're excited for the future. So if you want to share maybe why you got involved 10 years ago, which is wild, you're one of the originals, and what you're looking forward to as we continue on with our work.
Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, I got involved because you asked me to do it. Not gonna lie, I didn't know much about kind of stomach cancer and the world of trying to support it and research and fund it. So, not fund it, but fund the research to cure it. And so, yeah, it was really important to you, and I kind of watched you and your family go through your cousin dealing with it, and so it just seemed like a really cool cause that I wasn't personally connected to at the time, but as it's grown, I've gotten to know more people who've been affected, and I feel like what we're doing is definitely helping. I think actual things I've participated in, I was in SLU, a year ago, 2 years ago. I went to one of our fundraisers, so that was kind of cool to see hands-on the community that shows up and is willing to support us and work towards a better future with how we approach stomach cancer. So, yeah, I think that's kind of why I got involved and continue to. I'm looking forward to, I don't know, are we talking about going down in February? We mentioned that. Maybe.
Yeah, we can mention that, and anything we can't mention, we'll
delete.
Out.
Great. So yeah, that trip, and then, yeah, I guess just going forward with the podcast.
Yeah, I think we'll have you on more.
Yes, we have some exciting news. Christine is going to take a more involved responsibility on the podcast. I'm expecting my first baby here at the beginning of October, so I'm going to be kind of stepping away for a little bit to focus on that, and Christine is going to take over. So this is a really exciting episode for everybody to get to know her, and yeah. Thanks,
I'm
Christine.
excited. Yeah. Congratulations on the baby.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it'll be great to go spend time with your family and the baby, and it'll be exciting to meet them. So I'm sure Ben will have his hands full with me taking over, but I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be exciting. exciting time for Danielle, and of course, we'll still do the podcast, and Danielle will be back when she comes back. But excited for
Yeah,
you.
when the chaos
Congratulations
slows
again.
down. Thanks. It's a whole new phase of life, so we will figure it out, but we're very excited. So, and I look forward to listening to the podcast while I'm on the way.
Yeah.
You'll still be at board meetings and
Yes,
doing other
I
things. You're
will
just
still
taking
be very much involved.
a
Yes,
step
just
back from the show that we have going on.
yes, absolutely.
So I wanted to talk about the recent bill that was introduced earlier this month in Congress for stomach cancer prevention and early detection, which just kind of highlights some of the collaborative efforts, of course. And we were honored as an organization to be a part of signing a letter of support with 28 other organizations and individuals, which highlights the importance of the initiative. So advocacy, the voice that we all have, whatever niche we're playing, whether it's research, advocacy, caregiver support, whatever the space might be for those in the space, bringing together those that really get some things off the ground. So that was exciting to share. And for those that haven't heard about the bill, it's a bill that's requiring the director of the National Cancer Institute to conduct a review of the current state of stomach cancer incidences, prevention, screening, awareness, education, early detection. All of that goes into why this bill is so important. And if you've been following us for a while, you know how close we are to that early detection. A lot of stomach cancer diagnoses are late stages or misdiagnosis. So this really hits at the core of what we're trying to accomplish and change and help others.
Yeah, I feel good about this bill, especially since it is a bipartisan bill, having two pretty different states, Colorado and South Carolina, lead the charge. It bodes well for the bill, not only because there is a lot of good content in it, but I think it is something that everybody can get behind and rally and hopefully push this through and see some change.
Yeah, yeah, I think this could be huge for our community. We need this across the board, but I think there's a huge gap, and we talk about this a lot, in Project Periwinkle, not only on the podcast, but just in general. But, there's a large gap in that prevention and early detection amongst stomach cancer in general. And so the fact that there's now this bill that's introduced that, is focusing on those changes, this could, really lead to some big developments, which is very, very exciting.
Yeah.
I see, I get notes, and we've mentioned this before, but reasons why people support our organization. The reason behind it, it's real lives, it's real families, and real people that are impacted by this disease, and more so than not, it's that late stage diagnosis, and is it whatever symptoms are showing, it's usually more than not somebody who is at a late stage. So this is definitely going to help, I know, impact something that I've seen personally through and why we started as an organization, but also the different stories that I hear day in and day out on how this disease is impacting so many. So we'll see what happens. It was just introduced, so it's got to make its way through the process, but I'm excited to see what comes of it, and hopefully something that's signed into law, and we'll be actively following it. So lobbying and isn't really something that we do on a day-to-day. We're very research focused, but when there's an opportunity to come together and support and bring a coalition together of different organizations, we're definitely all in on that.
Well, yeah, and I think it all just goes to our mission because, I'd love to know as this bill goes through, further in the process, I'd love to know more about the details of, what they're going to focus on and how they're going to accomplish what they're intending to to do. But most of the time with these types of bills for this type of situation is there's some sort of research funding that's getting attributed somewhere, which goes right back to what Project Periwinkle is trying to do. So even though we aren't necessarily like an organization that spends a lot of time and energy on lobbying, but this, it totally aligns with our mission. And so it's Bill 8 in the House of Representatives 9304. So if you're listening, check it out and follow along. Talk to your representatives, and it can change a lot of lives for sure.
So I know that's always something that you hear is call your representative or email, but everyone that does that does make a huge difference, and especially hearing from real people in those constituencies.
It definitely helps.
Make an effort.
I know it helps on the state side, just being in state government, watching it, and then watching kind of our federal representatives. They do actually get messages, and their staff keeps them well up to date. And there are many times where something just kind of catches their eye and brings their attention. So definitely always reach out to your reps. It does work.
Dr. Akoma last episode is walking us through some of those different things that we've started. When we first started as an organization, we were contributing to ongoing studies, and I think in the past 5 or 6 years, we've pivoted due to our growth from not just contributing to existing studies, but starting them. And what's cool with that is, we get stuff off the ground, and we're that first mover. And it's the things that we make possible that help create those results and the case studies and the different scientific approaches, and adds that evidence to it, where you can get additional 3rd, 4th, 5th phase studies accomplished because of what we do. And that money comes from things like what this bill is trying to get across. So definitely full circle, definitely makes a huge impact, and helps keep our mission moving forward. And November coming up. I know it's the end of the summer, but we have some cool things coming for Awareness Month. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Last year we were part of a Power of Periwinkle, which initiative to light up bridges and towers and different buildings across the world. So definitely going to be playing a part in that, and more to come, but definitely see huge growth that we're being a part of and contributing to, especially with it being our first decade. We got a lot of cool stuff coming down the line. Maybe we'll do some 10-year anniversary limited edition merch, stuff like that.
Love that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else like that's on the docket for November that we're doing, or are we not talking about that?
Oh, we can talk about it. It's still summer, but I think, let's see, it's mid-August right now.
Mid-end of August, so it's winding up. School started here.
Yeah, started here too. We have it's like 2.5 months, I guess you could say, till the beginning of Awareness Month. But for our team, planning definitely starts beginning part of the summer. So there's going to be some cool advertising campaigns or some social media campaigns that are going to be out there, and of course all organic growth. So that's kind of how we run stuff. We don't have a big.
What should people be looking for in November if they want to get more involved? More
think
active?
the reason behind why we do what we do. So we're going to be sharing some stories from those that are impacted by our work. We're going to be sharing more facts and different things around the disease, different things about what we've done as an organization, how we've grown, and the importance of it. And there's several different ways people can get involved. The easiest would be liking and sharing our content, even if you just follow a page, like follow us on Instagram or that, and engage with our posts. The algorithm definitely relies heavily on that I think we've seen. And if someone does want to get involved from a more hands-on approach, we have our ambassador program that Danielle leads in her Chief Impact Officer role. And that's a great opportunity from a community level to get involved in your own little network.
Yeah.
Donate obviously is huge, but just kind of, I think pushing what we're doing and adding that conversation and starting to move the needle for whatever that means to you and your group. I think those are some very simple, high level approaches for it.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds great. I was looking at the website the other day, and it's just gotten so much better. So, great ways to kind of get involved, and you keep people up to date on that as well, correct?
Yeah, we have
Great.
our newsletter, and we don't bombard people with our newsletter because I don't like that and nobody else does.
Nobody
But
likes
we'll
that.
send out occasional updates, and you won't get spammed. But
Yeah.
what we found in the past, and Danielle, I know we've talked about this, is the idea of, some people like to give, which if you give like $5, $10, everything adds up. We have people that give more than that, less than that, but it's
Sure.
the merch in the store that we have. A lot of people like to get something to showcase their support and kind of to wear. So probably some changes and some new additions to our merchandise will be coming
Ben's really pushing
down
that
the
quarter
pipeline.
zip. It's gonna look cool, gang.
Yeah, so we were talking before we started the this episode where, and if you're interested in this, definitely let us know. But 10-year anniversaries, we're in our 10th year. Our actual 10-year anniversary is going to be in May of 2025. So just entered this last year of the decade, and something to commemorate that, I think, in like a limited edition approach, whether it's a quarter zip or t-shirts and things getting ready for fall. I think that would be pretty cool to have. So we might have some pre-order, some limited edition items that you can get and help support and wear and kind of add to your closet, which I think a lot of people like. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out. And if you have any other things that you're looking at our website and you're thinking, I wish they had this, but they don't, well, go ahead and email us, and we actually do look at those and take that into consideration when our marketing team is putting together stuff. So a lot of ideas. But what are you most excited for kind of the awareness side of it for end of the year? Either of you?
I think for me, having this bill come out is really cool. So kind of following it and seeing if, because there'll be more attention in November to stomach cancer with it being Awareness Month, seeing if that affects the progress of the legislation. So I've definitely seen bills like this come across in the Alaska State Legislature, and if the bill coincides with an Awareness Month, it's kind of easier to get everybody's attention and focus. So hopefully we see some wins there in November. That would be awesome. I know November is a kind of a crazy time in DC, but anything can happen. But then also just kind of, trying to having more opportunities to kind of spread what we do. And I know there's a few people up here that know that I'm on this board, and kind of looking forward to having more kind of media presence so people around me can kind of see what stomach cancer is and what we've done and how we've kind of made a change in the last decade. So yeah, 10 years is a big deal. So I think we should definitely be proud of that and be active like you said we were this November. So
yeah, I agree, and I think I already kind of mentioned the gala earlier, but kind of pivoting off like conversation of the 10-year anniversary. I think the gala is going to be really cool, and I'm just really excited and to see how it all comes together. And even though I haven't been on the board since the inception of Project Periwinkle, I was around kind of.
yeah,
Like Christine talked, we went to college together, and I saw this, come from the ground up, and it's really cool, and I'm just really proud of everything that we've done, and I'm really proud of you, Ben. I mean, it's just really awesome to like see how this has come about, and it's just going to be really cool to like get us all together and have this big celebration, really, and hopefully raise some money for the cause and spread some more good vibes.
Yeah, and get that group photo in that quarter zip.
Yes.
Yeah, pushing the quarters in. There's I guess we'll just call it now. We'll definitely do the quarter zip. So
come on.
Yeah, no, we'll do that. It's still amazing to look back and see all the stuff that we've accomplished.
Yeah.
Remember, like it was yesterday. Hey, Christine, I'm doing this. Do you want to be on the board? And I was getting the group together, and now
I was like, yeah, whatever, Ben. I'll do it. Sure. What is it? Great. I think that's probably how the conversation went.
Now here we are. But and that the gala is going to be awesome. It's obviously, like we mentioned, it's in St. Louis. It's where we have a pretty big
what's the date and all that on that? Have we announced that?
It's April 26th. It's a Saturday.
Get your tickets. The zoo is cool.
Yeah, tickets are probably going to be out there in this fall. We sent out a save the date in our summer mailing with our annual report. So anybody who gave in our last fiscal year got their paper annual report, like the 20-page booklet that we come out with. And there was a save the date that was slid into that. So some people already got that, but everyone else is going to be getting one after Labor Day. And then invitations are coming out after the new year. But if you're, regardless where people are, definitely welcome to everybody. So it is quite a bit ways off, but if you want to attend April 26th in St. Louis, we'll put together some options and recommendations for hotels and things. But just because you don't live here geographically doesn't make it something that you're not welcome for. You're definitely welcome and invited. Anybody who's supported us over the years, we're excited to welcome everybody regardless of where they're coming from.
I mean, I hope people feel, welcome to come out, and I'd love to get to be able to meet people that have supported us, and I think they'll just make it really special. So please come out. St. Louis is a cool city. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of free activities to do.
Yeah, it is a very cool town.
Is one of them. And April's a great time of the year because it's not too hot and humid yet. So
yeah, food's great. There's some great beer.
Lots of good food. Yeah, lots of good breweries.
Lots of stuff to do. We have it at the same time that there's a Glow festival at the zoo. So
cool.
With our event, you get free admission into that just because it's kind of around the same time. We're going to have a separate venue space, but if you come early or late, you can definitely participate in that. And a lot of the people that we see in St. Louis at different events, like we just had an event in May here in St. Louis. We had another one in November. So a lot of the people that come out to our events, we see at least on a yearly basis. If you come from somewhere else and you make that effort, I think we can definitely take a look at who's coming from where, and we'll have to talk about it. But I think maybe like a meet and greet or kind of a special opportunity to meet in person some of the people that are making that travel and helping to support our work from across the country. I think that would be cool before the event kicks off.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So if you're coming, reach out to us and let us know.
Definitely. And we'll have more information on our website soon, but for now, save the date. And a lot of cool stuff, and we're consistently getting updates about work that we've supported. Our team is looking at some of our travel for the next 12 months. So there's definitely some things that make a huge impact to show up in person and see versus doing it virtually. So and a lot of that funding is restricted private donations that's intended for us to travel. So when we're traveling places and we go on these trips and see different things, it's definitely something that's already earmarked and given to us from that specific cause. So it's part of it. So Christine, I know you might be on some of those trips coming up.
Yeah, we're looking into maybe February going to DC and doing some advocacy work. Being in Alaska, I get the pleasure of talking to our senator and representatives. So from here, and I know had the pleasure of cooking for them multiple times. So it'd be kind of cool to touch base and see what's happening down south. So February, crazy time in DC. Definitely a little, just a tad cold, and but yeah, I think it'd be fun to rally with the gang. And I feel like being up here, it has made participating in person difficult, but being able to represent a different state and get in front of more representatives would be a great use of my time. So yeah, I think
I'm super
that would be a
excited.
cool activity for all of us, and get to see some friends who have made the transition from Juneau to DC. So yeah, I think it'll be a well worth trip, and just meeting a bunch of people from all over the country who are interested in working towards this kind of cure, I guess. Yeah.
And some of the other people in the space have, I mean, it's not secret that we're going to be a part of things this early part of the next year. So uh, definitely keep an eye out for that. Well, there's little to share right now, but I think definitely something that we're looking forward to, and we'll get maybe someone else from our board um, involved as well. There might be a group of us going, but uh, like I shared too, when we go and when we had, I guess during COVID when we weren't traveling as much, this was something that wasn't really spoken about. But we went to, my brother and I were in. He's our chief financial officer. Him and I were in Nashville last year or this past year, and we saw Danielle, who lives there as well. And my brother and I and my parents, who are on our board, went to Houston. We visited MD Anderson. We have some other trips coming up. So, I do want to stress that we do get donations specifically for travel arrangements and making that possible. It's so important to see the work that's happening, and to follow up and make sure that the dollars that we're directing are put to good use. So if you donate, if you want to donate specifically to something like that, and helping us keep a close eye on all the stuff that we're making possible, you can definitely give a restricted donation. But everything that we do receive from the general public goes directly towards research and awareness initiatives, and then we have certain funds for travel and things like that. So definitely extremely generous, and means a lot to us that we get that support to continue keeping an eye on all the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
And well, I think we'll start to wrap it up. So Danielle, I guess we'll catch you on maybe the next season, maybe
Yeah.
a later episode.
Yeah.
You might pop in. Christine, we'll come back when we come back, but it's excited to see you become more involved with the show and the podcast. And we might keep the format the same. We might add some pieces, but more to come on that. And I guess we'll flip it over to both of you for some last words, and then we'll say adios for now.
Yeah, I appreciate all the hard work you've put in to Project Periwinkle and this team you've built over the decades. So really looking forward to kind of taking the reins in this podcast, and hopefully I can do it justice. So might be a little different, but yeah, I think podcasts are a great way to just kind of stay connected with people all over. So if you have anybody listening have any ideas of what they want to hear or talk about, I think we'd love to have those. So yeah, just appreciate you both. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, thanks for being on, and thanks for taking over for me.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I don't think I have anything else to add. Either of you got anything? Otherwise, I'll give my last, you know what, Ben.
Thank you for everyone who continues to support Project Periwinkle, the initiatives we're making possible, the research we're doing. It's impacting real lives and making a difference more than what we'd ever be able to express. So thank you. And Danielle, give the last one for now.
All right.
Well,
Toodaloo.
bye, everybody.